Where the hell was I? Rekghoul Serum, Bendax Bounty, Rukil.
You.
Me. I have my retinal combat implant. Wonderful. I got shields. I got a lot of HP. Last time I was this early, you were 0 years old. Damn. That is pretty early. I was late, so that's kind of a funny funny twist of fate there. I'm like 2-3 minutes late to stream, and you're early for me being late, so did that take away your earliness? Or we're just not gonna talk about it? Excuse me. Well, I do believe we're gonna be dueling Rakghouls. Gotta use Karth on this one? No. Only me. I can only level Constitution and be all on my own. All on my own. No Karth, no mission, no Bastila. Just me, the big chunky Wookiee. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, I get it. I get what you mean. Constitution. Achuta. Hello, DM Live. Welcome. Welcome to the chat.
Candace, I heard something. Over there in the shadows. Sounded like a raccoon. Looks like we...
We're gonna let Candace take point on this one. They have a lot of constitution, so they can handle it. Drunk again? How are you, streamer? Doing pretty good. Hanging out. Chilling. Had a good Tuesday. I do hope it has been the same for yourself. Damn, they're actually kind of cooking these guys. They're actually pretty good at their jobs. Lore accurate Chundar reaction. For real. Thanks, guys.
Damn.
Appreciate it. And they give me free remains for dying, too, so it's a bonus. I have a really silly run idea. Can I beat KOTOR as a Confucian scholar? Wisdom only, and you must always defer to your elders. That, honestly, I may write that one down. That does sound pretty funny. It's been trendy for people to beat games with certain religious denominations. I think that would fit right into the trend. That's worth writing down. I'm gonna have to look up more tenets of Confucianism. We're out here wise posting. I can't believe the wise person misspelled wise. Wise, not intelligent. Separate stats, it would seem. I'm joking. I'm just joshing. Don't worry about it. I know what you meant. B4 D4 perfect. Since he always defers to whomever. Playing as a droid. That would make sense. Kinda. Kinda, sorta. To clank or not to clank? That is the question. Pew. I hit that Rakghoul. I hit him again. Okay, no, that one missed, but the proximity of that laser was kind of funny. I quite enjoyed it as a gimmick. We're basically just shotgunning because all of our stats suck so bad, but it's kind of working.
아추다. 뭔가 군비스돌비 기고야나.
Cheers, bud.
Why, thank you very much, Ryan Hines. Highly appreciate your donation, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheers to you as well. Confucius say, how Burger King work burger your way, without first knowing you. Know yourself and your burger always perfect, medium rare. That would be a great writing gimmick as well. That would be a great way to create a running gag for that video in specific. Just Confucius says jokes. They would be perfect. Glorious, even. I'd have to Photoshop one of the character models as Confucius, though. We'll see how that goes. I'm not taking the risk at half health. I'm out. Ah. Okay. Nice. Respond to all NPCs' interactions with pseudo-intellectualism. That would be more of a KOTOR 2 thing, sorry. Is there a Waddle model in KOTOR 1? I don't think so. Unless it's a secret.
Back again.
Unless it's a secret. Secrety secret. When do you think KOTOR remake is coming? I'm really hoping it's this year, because it's been 6 years now or more. It would make sense if it came out right about now, though knowing how all of this works, it's probably gonna take at least another year. At least. Where the fuck did the Rakghouls go? Bastards. Gooners and bastards, all of them. Do it as the pot? Okay, that may be pushing it a little bit. But that is funny, the pot. That it does exist. Confucius say, "Ooh, in this universe, he was reincarnated as Tak. Tak Wukong. The most powerful. Oh wow, the Rakghoul reset to their original position. I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought they always had to default to that corner that they usually run into. Whatever. Unfortunately, they had to scrap the Toydarian version of Dance Dance Malik. Yeah, it was a little too evocative. Evocative and provocative, you know? They couldn't show kids the Toydarian getting it down. That is not family friendly. Do you like Star Wars overall? I don't know about overall. Because that includes the modern day stuff, you know? Oh shit. I may have to run. Oh yeah, I'm out of here. I got the HP though, so I should be fine. I like old Star Wars. I like the prequels because they're memey. I know very well that the prequels, on their own, are not the best. Some of them, anyway. And I don't like the sequels. I haven't watched a lot of the TV shows that have been posted recently on Disney+. and I have not, of all the TV shows that I have watched from Disney Plus, I've not liked, like, 100% liked all of them, so I can't say that I'm, like, 100% a diehard fan. I am a fan of Star Wars, but not, like, a fan of everything Star Wars. And it's also very clear, based on my, you know, game preferences, that I really like Old Republic Star Wars. Which is not something I would consider an overall Star Wars thing. It's a little more niche. A little sectioned off compared to all the canon stuff. This isn't a Star Trek game. Yeah, I could have fooled me, man. I wouldn't have known. Does Monkey play other games? I do. Many other games. Quite a few, as a matter of fact. Yo, 18. Big damage. The games I have installed on Steam right now are Marvel Rivals, KOTOR 1 and 2 for recording and streaming purposes, and SWTOR. I am playing SWTOR right now. So, technically 3 out of the 4 games I have installed on my PC are basically KOTOR. But that's just how it is sometimes. That's just how it be. Now, I do rotate my games out. I don't have, like, all of my games installed at once, for many reasons. I was playing a little bit of Marathon from Bungie, but honestly, every time I try and, like, do a new thing in Marathon, and it doesn't work, I just feel like I'm wasting my time and I don't play it anymore. It's got the Bungie feel, but, you know, it's a little hard.
No!
And that hardness, that difficulty of Marathon, it wears off past the early game. Once you reach the mid and end game, you start thinking, you know, could I win now? And alas, random things just always happen. I compare it to Rust, because in Rust, honestly, it doesn't matter how good you are at the game, bad shit's just gonna happen. But people keep coming back to play Rust because it wipes every week, or every 2 weeks, or every month, depending on the server. And there's a lot of other stuff to do in Rust, apart from, you know, put your ball in the grinder. Ball singular, by the way. You can, like, make a car dealership, make a bakery, do fishing. Just a bunch of silly stuff. You can meme an entire week. Make friends off of that memeing. Or just to have a passive playstyle. Marathon, it's all just gunning, you know? You gotta be slaying 100%. As for other games, though, recently...
Back again.
What have I played recently? I like Shadow of War. I did a little Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor revisit, playing on the hardest difficulty. I do want to eventually complete that because I really love that game, those games, and beat it on the hardest difficulty possible to show that I'm cool. Playing Pokemon Showdown a little bit. I made a mono water team because it's funny. I don't really play Pokemon a lot, so I
Back again.
was just experimenting, seeing if I could make something cool, and I think I did. I think I got a cool team going. One more game, so I'm not, you know, rattling off every single game I've ever played in my entire life. One game that I've recently played. Cyberpunk 2077. Some people are Old Republic centric. That's me. Hard not to be, you know. Old Republic is just so peak. Gotta love it. I love the shotgun low-key.
Back again.
I'm kind of digging the shotgun playstyle. Why does every mainstream show not know how to stick the landing? Mando, Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, The Boys is crap now. It's very hard to do a finale. It's very hard to keep a ship steady. Very, very difficult. Unfortunately. Star Trek, Star Wars, what's the difference? I could think of a few. For one, Star Trek doesn't have Wookiees as glorious as this one on screen. Brother, bro's whole Steam library is Old Republic, Marvel Rivals, and TF2. Honestly, bro, I'm washed at TF2. I had like 1,000 hours back in the day. Doing trading, just playing normal casual TF2. Watching YouTube, educating myself on how to play TF2. Because of the learning curve of that game. And then I dropped it all, man. Once I got a better PC, I just started playing other games. TF2 is like a rite of passage. Once you get better games, you just don't have to play it anymore. It's like a curse. Like a binding vow. I've been listening to Old Republic audiobooks. I recommend Annihilation. Heck yeah. Sounds cool. Man, if only they let Star Wars authors create canon with books nowadays. I wonder how much of George Lucas's thought process in making the prequels was like, listen, the Star Wars authors, as soon as this movie comes out, they'll fill in the gaps. They got this. Sort of like how Bethesda doesn't finish any of their games, and they're just like, listen, the modders got this. We don't need to waste we don't need to waste our time and resources stabilizing our AAA RPG. That is the modder's job. I wonder if George Lucas had that same thought process. I don't need to flesh out too much of the lore. Let the story writers figure it out. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if that was his actual, like, policy at the time. Considering how much of Star Wars is not George Lucas, especially a lot of good Star Wars. People have a lot of good ideas when they work on Star Wars. I think George Lucas realized that. For example, George Lucas's entire original story for Star Wars was just plagiarizing Dune. The whole 5th movie, that was somebody else's idea, as far as I remember. But feel free to correct me if that's completely wrong. I know George was executive director, but he was not director of that movie. I used to play TF2 on the trackpad. Yeah, bro, that's how it was back in the day. You just played TF2. It was the only game that would run on your system, and you played it however you could. That was just how it was. I played it on a Mac laptop because it was the only game on Steam that worked on a Mac laptop at the time. I know a lot of games have Mac compatibility now, but back in the day, jingle jingle jingle, look at the keys. There was nothing else. Even SWTOR didn't work on Mac. I had to like download a crazy program to make SWTOR work on the PC. The Mac PC that my family had. It's crazy. There are canon books. I bet they have more now, but I guess what I was really trying to say was, why couldn't they have made more of the Old Republic books canon? You've read the first Republic Commando novel? It's so good. Heck yeah, dude. Glad you like it. I've got to get into some of these Star Wars books. I've got a library nearby. It'd be kind of cool. I already do plan on reading Revan. Possibly in chat. Because that would be funny. I need to run away. I have bitten off more than I can chew. Midichlorians are the powerhouse of the Force. The newer Thrawn novels aren't so bad either. Really? Would a Thrawn fan, like, hate you for saying that? Legends did kind of make it way too difficult to navigate a post-Death Star Wars future film. I mean, there was a lot of shit to navigate. And I am of the opinion that if you have to navigate a mainline series
Back again.
of movies
Back again.
through novels and other accessory media, then it is not good enough storytelling in the mainline media's part. My main example of this is Halo. The jump from Halo 3 and 4 to 4 and 5 to 5 and Infinite, reliant entirely on supplementary media. Heavily inspired by Dune, and I wouldn't say it's outright stealing. My sources, Jodorowsky's Dune. I've never heard of him. It's not plagiarism if I haven't heard of it. That's how that works. So hyped for another stream? Heck yeah, dude. It's kind of funny how that they were bouncing Marathon to be easier and Arc Raiders to be harder. That's kind of funny, actually, yeah. I do like that. Two sides. Two different kind of games. Shadows of the Empire only exists as failsafe in case A New Hope failed. Imperial Civil War was much more interesting. A much more interesting post-movie story. Yeah, dude. I do think that would be very cool. Because the Empire, while not all-reaching, was quite influential. And just because the Emperor and Darth Vader died does not mean... Oh, fuck, I refreshed most of the rat ghouls. I'm stupid. Well, it does not mean that, you know, all the military leaders and military control was immediately ceded over. Hell, it barely even means that politicians and rich people that used to support the Empire would be willing to fall in line with the New Republic. They certainly could have had an entire extra 3 movies about cleaning up the galaxy. Or just have a setting, which is basically post Episode 6 and The Mandalorian. They could have just had that as movies as well. But Mandalorian Grogu is that setting. It is the movie, technically. Listen. It's a little different. I do think it's very strange and, as a matter of fact, regressive for J.J. Abrams to do the 7th movie the way he did. Oh, no. I'm gonna refresh the Rackles. I'm stupid. I'm not smart. How much did I miss? Only about 20 minutes. You're good, bro. I keep making more of them. No. This is not bueno, dude. Here, have a grenade. Hey, I got rid of a few of them. Oh, fuck. I got the horde. And I'm running into a pole. I was just thinking about the QR and Disney not canonizing it. Just think how cool the Selkath and Rakata lore would be on screen. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if the Rakata and Selkath like didn't get their own stuff. I would just be kind of cool to like, you know, see them in Star Wars media. We did see a Selkath in the Clone Wars TV show. There was a Selkath bounty hunter who was in the Death Cube with disguised Obi-Wan and Cad Bane. That's pretty cool. Oh, that was a bad throw. I'm a disgrace to Wookiee kind. So, I'm pretty sure Selkath are canon. Their lore, though, don't know so much about that. Also, the Rakata were mentioned in... what do you call it? Andor. The Rakata were mentioned by name, but not shown. And it was mentioned that the Jedi fought the Rakata. So that's definitely altered lore. Because the Jedi and the Rakata did not exist at the same time. Unless there's some new SWTOR stuff that's about to come out, where all the Rakata came back and started fighting the Jedi and the Empire. That would be kind of funny. Streamer dumb confirmed. I think we kind of knew this. My streamer kind of stupid. My streamer kind of homeless. Yo, I gotta upgrade my shotgun blast. Hell yeah. Can you level 2 off the respawn rackles, or do they have a small respawn amount compared to first? Yeah, you can get to level 20 off of rackles if you really want to spend the time doing it. In fact, it's a very common strategy for min-maxers who are like really trying to get their levels optimized. You can respawn them infinitely, it just takes a really long time. And I wouldn't go through that pain, even for a stream. That kind of grind, I would have to be talking about something really interesting for a very long time to make that work. Copy-paste the script of 4 and change the title to Star Wars 7. That's exactly what he did, yeah. They're breeding fast. You're throwing, just not accurately. It's true. Hello, Forlorn Watchman. Welcome to the chat. Just threw it in there for the Glep Shitos, I assume. Not all the Rakata died in the plague. It's true, but they didn't exactly start leaving Rakata Prime in a hurry. It is true that Rakata Prime probably helped. Now that I think about it, what the fuck happened to Rakata Prime after KOTOR 1? The Republic landed on Rakata Prime, and new stuff was going on Rakata Prime. They probably have a database on the Rakatans. They should know what's going on there. Maybe the Rakatans were rejoined with the rest of the galaxy at that point. That's lore they could have done. Based on SWTOR, though, that did not happen, which is a surprise. Some Rakatans did survive, but they were on Belsavis. Different planet. So I don't know, man. Rakata Prime, it's an opportunity. It's still there. Unless there's like a SWTOR entry about Rakata Prime, like a notebook lore entry or whatever, that says, hey, Rakata Prime is dead now, or something. That's an opportunity, I think. They could do something with that. Stream title makes me want to make a joke about my country's constitution, but it wouldn't really be relevant or make any sense. Just like the constitution in question. Lol, Lamau even. Oh damn, that guy left remains. That's crazy, bro. Ow. I'm gonna heal off of that. Speaking of Clone Wars, yeah, rip Tom Kane, dude. Big shame. I'd watch 2 to 20 Rakghoul grind just to watch a man's psyche shatter. That's just like, I guess, a bucket list thing for a KOTOR player to do. Someone who really likes KOTOR. The 2 to 20 grind. I don't even know if I could make a video off of that, though. Like, I think that would just be a stream series. And people benefiting and being entertained by my insane ramblings. Maybe there's like a speedrun category for 2 to 20. Off the Rakghouls. Maybe that could be the opportunity, the excuse. Shotgun. 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 Damn it, I missed. Shotgun. Yay. Isn't there a SWTOR flashpoint with Ricotta Prime? Good question. Legacy of the Ricotta. It is on Ricotta Prime. Interesting. I've never seen this one. Tropical World. Uncover the truth behind the Starforge. Oh, it's meant to be played as part of the prelude to Shadow of Revan? I don't remember this. I genuinely don't remember playing this. That's crazy. I've played through this, and I don't remember. Wow. I guess I would have to play through SWTOR's total story as Jedi Knight and / or Sith Warrior to remember what they did on that planet. What was talked about with the Ricotta. 2 to 20, but make it short. Make it short? How? I think the entire point is that it's long as fuck. I don't know enough about SWTOR to know if the Tython Ricottas could have a future. The Flesh Raiders, are they mutated Ricotta? Is that what they are? I mean, that makes sense. They kind of look that way. But they probably have a future. Probably. There's so many random ass flashpoints in SWTOR, they all blend into one at some point.
Back again.
If you're running flashpoints, you're probably just no-branding that shit with music in the background or something.
You're offering the no. I come back again.
Bro, I have the cure right here and you're not gonna use it. You're freaky. Could calculate the XP per hour. True.
I said we should.
I'm pretty sure the XP reduces severely every time you like level up. So I don't know if it goes all the way down to like 5 XP or something like that. That would just be unbearable. I think maybe the minimum is 25. And just like raw dogging the math here. KOTOR XP requirements on YouTube, not on YouTube, on the skill wiki, the strategy wiki. Actually, no, I can just do this. Let's check how much XP that the monkey has. Level 18. You'd need 17. What is that? 171,000 XP. That's just for level 17. And then you load up a level 20 character like Abner. How much XP do they have total? Show it to me, boy. 200,000 even. Plus a little extra. I would have to kill 8,000 rat ghouls total. Probably a little less than that to get to level 20. Let's say level 8. Level 8 is what? I have a level 8 save right here. How convenient. Or level 9, actually. Hut save. So, that's like, say, 3,300. I would have to... 170,000 XP would have to be generated from rat ghouls. And let's say the minimum value of XP you get is 25, hopefully. I'd have to kill 6,800 rat ghouls. And let's say they respawn in bands of 12. That's 566 resets. And let's say clearing out the map of rat ghouls going from left to right without force speed because you don't have that or Bastila yet. I guess you could have Bastila. So I guess that could cut things down. Let's say going around that map takes 30 seconds. 17,000 seconds divided by 60 for a minute. 5 hours straight. I guess that's pretty doable. Just really lame. we are a hut, by the way, in this save. So, yeah, the 2 to 20 could probably be like 5 hours or something. With rat ghouls in specific. If they give 25 XP per. If they give less, it'd be more than 5 hours. Just based off some crackpot math. Flesh Raiders are a Rakata subspecies. Oh, that's cool. Speed up the entire stream to fit in 20 seconds. Brick my PC. Avner the goat. Lowest XP per kill is 20, which is gained after reaching level 3 or killing... Okay, so it would probably be more like 6 or 7 hours. Nobody say a word, by the way. 6 or 7 hours of grinding, maybe 8, straight, just to get to level 20 on Terrace. Better get started? Nah. The lowest XP gain is 35. Okay, so that's pretty decent. So that's not so bad. That would probably be like 4.5 hours then? Probably? Jerk looks a little bit bloated. Jerkoff's long lost brother. 6. No, Bardicus, you bastard. How dare you. I should go turn in the cure. Excuse me. They range from 2 to 5. So let's just say 4.5 hours grinding on Terrace. Assuming you have Bastila and Force Speed, and you clear out the refreshed rat ghouls in 30 seconds, and there's 12 of them. This will, of course, vary and get longer depending on the spot, because there's rat ghouls that respawn in the sewers as well, in packs of like 4 or 5. So, it would take a ridiculously long time.
Welcome back.
Ridiculously long time. I wonder if someone's done it. I bet someone's done it. I bet someone's even posted a video on it. I bet we can look that up and see just how much time it took somebody to do it. It's almost certainly been done before and recorded. Is challenge rating a D&D thing? I think so, yeah. Old D&D. You gave me the chance and I took it. No. No. There are worse ways to spend 4 to 5 hours. I mean, yeah, but that's pretty low on the list. I just know of levels and how some bosses have extra powers. I've done TTRPGs, KOTOR, and the Baldur's Gate games. Just never heard of CR. Yeah, it's older D&D. D&D 3.5. Chat, somebody look up in the chat on YouTube right now. Grinding level 2 through 20. KOTOR. Rat ghouls. I know British Guy Gaming said it was possible, but he didn't actually do it in his video. I can't blame him. 2 to 20 or watch sequels? 2 to 20, actually. I would 2 to 20. Like, straight up. 2 to 20 would be way more fun.
Ladies, over in this corner. A woman with steel on her bones and ice water in her veins. She is cool and quick as Tep Hand in the other corner.
And the other corner, a fat chud Wookie. Shotgun. I missed. I missed. Oh, I missed. I'm not very good at this. Oh, 26 damage? Word. We'll take it. Shotgun. Shotgun. I'm very smart. There's a 5-year-old video talking about raccoon farming and that's it? No one's recorded it? Really? Fuck, now I may just have to do it to prove it. To prove it can be done. To prove I'm crazy like that. I have 102 vitality, by the way. That's kind of crazy. Hold on, I gotta verify this. KOTOR XP glitch. There's a best way to farm XP in KOTOR, apparently. The raids on Tatooine. I believe that. I certainly believe that. The fake level up trick as well. But yeah, there's no video of someone doing it front to back posted. I'm sure someone's like, maybe in those videos that talk about it, maybe they say how long it takes based on personal experience. But yeah, I'm not seeing any front to back videos. Maybe Reddit has one. Let's hope we can beat Marl, chat. Let's hope the melee guy doesn't kill us in melee. That'd be kind of crazy. Straw Hat, welcome. Long time no see. Lady. Alright, I think I'm cooked against Marl. We have to just do more damage. I don't think we're doing more damage, chat. Because we can't really heal. Yeah. Are you gonna see The Mandalorian and Grogu? I will see it in like 2 weeks. I will not be seeing it on release week. Now all I need to do is condense the 95-hour grind to level 20 to 3 minutes and 6 seconds to one-up that guy from 5 years ago. Yeah, I guess. I guess that would be the plan. Marlboro. I see what you did there. I know what you're referencing. It's drugs. My friend invited me to go watch it with him. Gonna buy him a gift. Oh, heck yeah. Very nice. Hope you two have fun.
Welcome to my of course.
Yeah, I'll be seeing it at a theater away from my usual theater with some family. It's a scheduled event that will happen. Yeah? Yeah? Who is subscribed? -9? No, OMG. Major Rager. Thank you very much. Highly appreciate it. Still thinking a lot about that Grogu animatronic. Yeah, the skinned Grogu animatronic. Why'd they take off his skin, dude? Why'd they do that to him? In case anyone hasn't seen that, look up skinned Grogu in Google image search. I promise it won't lead you to anything explicit. It's just an animatronic with all of its skin taken off, showing the robot guts. At least it isn't fucking asshole subscribing again. I gotta wonder if that nickname, if that username was just for me, or if they like subscribed to someone, like sent a chat message so they could TTS their name in chat and like maybe get them banned. What? Hello? My YouTube was not receiving data for a second there. Weird. Strange. I'd rather not, but thanks. That's what we all look like on the inside. I wonder if that fucking asshole guy, like, wanted to do that as a bit for some other streamer, or if it was, like, me on purpose. If he wanted me to read that out. I gotta know. It'd be kind of funny if he did that for one bit to someone, and then, like, forgot to change the name of his account. That'd be kind of funny. Google Star Wars inflation for a thorough analysis of how the events of the movies relate to the financial value of credits. No, bro. No. Okay, time to go to bed. Good night, everyone. Alright, Bardicus. See you around, dude. Thanks for coming by. Night, night. Rest well. Look at that. Rat ghouls. We're not gonna fight them. We're not gonna fight no rat ghouls. That'd be crazy. That's not a real door. Looks like one. But it ain't. Alright, it looks like my connection has stabilized. Don't know what happened there. I don't think I'll be searching that. Why not? Skinned Grogu. Grogu animatronic without skin. I'm sure nothing weird will come up. I will not farm the rat ghouls. Not today. Ow, landmines. But low-key, doing a big stream event where I stream 5-6 hours straight of just farming rat ghouls over and over. That could be historical. Just to prove that it's possible. That could be a good throwaway idea. I would just need very interesting conversation for 6 hours straight, you know? Otherwise, I may go insane. Hello, monkey. How's Constitution only? So far so good. We're gaming. We're making our way through Terrace as best we can. I am a little worried about the future, considering we still will never ever have good healing, just ever. All of our healing is going to be really bad, apart from like regeneration implants. So dunno, man. We're also going to have no force points. So we'll see how bigger enemies, force enemies, go. Force user enemies. I'm pretty sure all of our force points are going to have to be used for the express purpose of force immunity. Because force immunity is like the most important power to have, so you don't get fucked over by other force users. Otherwise, you're kind of cooked. No! Don't run over the mine! Sorry. I'm sorry, little one. Can't go insane if you never had sanity in the first place. Filibuster for 6 hours. Yeah, I should run for office. public office so that I can do the 6-hour Rakghoul farm filibuster as a notable moment in my political career. Just throw up some Subway Surfers at the bottom. That would be a little hilarious. Is this a Zalbar only run? No, this is a KOTOR run where I can only focus on one stat. All the other stats are at 0, effectively, or otherwise, and I can only use Constitution for everything. That was the stat that was decided upon by the chat. It could have been a Strength only run, or Dex only run. So a lot of singular stats are probably very viable. And we could probably run multiple streams to see which stats are viable or not. But that is the topic. Constitution. No companions in this run. Could make Bastila as healer exclusively. Nah. I usually do my runs without people anyway, to give it that extra oomph. I'm sorry, Monkey, for bullying you into wasting 6 hours. No, it's okay. I would consent to it if I do it. The longer you delay the inevitable, the longer it'll take. It's not time to do it yet. Not yet. I must politely insist that you never ever do the Rakghoul farming stream. Lol. Massive health bar will just make the force spin cycle last longer. Exactly. Our saves are really bad still, so we need force immunity or else we're cooked. You could campaign on personalizing every copy of KOTOR. They already figured that out. BioWare figured that out. They knew what they were doing. Int only could be interesting. Int only would suck balls. Int only would be the worst playthrough ever. Unless, like, you get every single sniper shot to stun your enemy. Otherwise, I think that would be a really painful playthrough. Because you have no good stats. You'd probably have, like, negative HP. Well, I would know how much HP I had. I played this game with 0 in every single stat, so I know how hard that was. It would be rough. However, when I played this game with 0 in every single stat, I was able to level up my stats and put points into stats. And use gear that increased my stats. Here, I will not be allowing myself to do that. Like, I can't use strength gloves or dex gloves. I can only use things that increase my con. With my 0 in every single stat run, once I had strength gloves and strength drugs, I was chilling. Because my chance to hit and my strength damage was positive, that's all I really needed. And once you get level 15, have like a million force points, not a million force points, like maybe 100, with 100 if that. I don't even think I had that. What really matters at level 15 is just having good force powers. So even at 0 stats, just having access to the best force powers solves a lot of issues when you have 0 in every stat. The early game was hell though. And the early game would not be possible without demolitions. I'll keep that in mind. I'll admit that. Int only run can increase nothing else. It'd be really cool to hack terminals and stuff, but I don't know how you'd fight. Just grenades, I guess. I guess that would just be the grenade playthrough. Maybe we'll try it one day. Int only is mines and sniper shot. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Remember, we're not the ones playing. Anyone watch that alien destroy Oklahoma yesterday? Honestly, I'm gonna need you to elaborate. If an alien destroyed Oklahoma, would anyone notice? Chance to hit goes up with strength drugs? That tracks. Well, yeah. In a few ways, yes. It does, doesn't it? Assault Carrot Pistol, 40-inch sniper shot. Yeah, that would be it, I guess. It's possible, maybe. You'd have to get to Saul and then kill Saul. That's another thing. It's another issue. Spurs versus Oklahoma City. Oh, I did not see that. You're talking about the NBA playoffs. I thought you meant like an actual alien from outer space. Just eviscerated the United State of Oklahoma. Yeah, I haven't been following. If the Heat aren't playing, I don't care. Persuade only run instead of fighting. You talk to enemies and roll charisma check. That would be an interesting coding challenge, I'm sure. But it would be kind of funny. Would be the craziest thing to happen this year? Probably not. We got some real contenders this year. Does France count as outer space? Yes. We're gonna say yes. Need to run to see how high of level you can get. I think if you can infinitely farm the Rancor on Lahan, probably as high as you want, man. You need a mod, though, to increase your level cap. Because KOTOR 1 has a level cap of 20. KOTOR 2, on the other hand, I'm sure people have pushed it extremely high. Because there's a lot of good farming methods in KOTOR 2. A lot. Ew, France. But yeah, KOTOR 2, I'm pretty sure that level cap is 50 or higher. They just don't care. They said, you know what, if someone does this, let them have it. First time catching one of your streams. Interesting challenge this time. Indeed, very silly challenge. Constitution only. Gotta love it. I thought KOTOR 2 capped at 50. That's what I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if it's 50 or if it can go higher. But feel free to look that up and correct me on which one it is. Malachor 5 is like one big shame. One big farm. Shame it's the last level. Yeah, I wonder how many enemies spawn on Malachor 5. Is it infinite? Like the Starforge? And I've heard even the Starforge isn't infinite, actually. It's just, 200 people or whatever. Easy to beat. If you really just wait around. Manage your force points well enough. Yeah. I am being attacked. Droid man, save me. Thank you, droid man. No! I don't want to die. Aha, I got him. Hello, Bartos MND. Appreciate the subscribe. Thank you very much. These rackhools, man. They do things to you. Quick Google search says 50. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was told. So I'm sure people have gotten all the way to level 50 in KOTOR 2. I'm sure people have farmed Malachor. I'm sure people have farmed on Korriban. The lizards that you can infinitely spawn with a glitch on Korriban. In the Dark Side Cave. I'm sure people have done it. Don't know if they've recorded, but I'm sure they've done it. I remember being close to 40 doing a restored content playthrough. Wow. That is crazy. Remember to buy spikes for the room, Malik without computer? Yeah. I will indeed have to remember. So I can actually get the Jedi Revan drip. What the? Who? Why are you behind me? Whatever, man. KOTOR 2 honor mode when I'm in the mood, TBH. He's farming, he doesn't even realize. It's on accident. Accidentally farming. Accidentally practicing. Those lizards are the Hassis, yeah. If it wasn't recorded, did it ever happen? Yes, yes, we've done this philosophy lesson before. You can't wear the Starforged robes. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I can't even wear the Queldroma robes either. That's rough. I can only wear normal ass robes. If I decide to wear robes. The government records everything for us anyway. True. Hi streamer, hope you're doing well. Hello CEO Vortex, I am. Thank you for coming in to check up on me. Can I beat KOTOR with only hype and aura? Hype and aura, huh? So, literally just those two force powers, force, aura, and like battle meditation. Well, battle meditation isn't even a thing in KOTOR 1, but KOTOR 2. Oh shit, they're doing damage actually. Oh shit. Big 8 damage heal. That's the kind of healing Wookiees got. Robes won't be worth with your 40 max FP. It'd probably be really easy to pre-queue force speed and then turn on my normal armor. Get normal armor cracked up and working. Hype and aura only is the Malik run. True. True and real. Revan, I have hype moments and aura. What do you have? You're not even canon. You're not canon either. Shut up. Shut it! It's the Scotsman from Samurai Jack. These Gamorreans are a little slow. Ah, fuck! Stupid respawning radicals. Fuck. Save, edit Malik into Revan. That could be funny. Doing reverse day. That could be a pretty fun run. Opposite day. One Rakghoul, fine. Revan is canon actually. His first canon source was the Rise of Skywalker sourcebook. I don't count that. I don't count that out of spite. Out of hatred. Matt did always wonder what it'd be like if he was the one who Bastila captured and redeemed. He's a freak like that. He's a bit of a weirdo like that. Alas. Rakghouls. Lots and lots of Rakghouls. I'm farming on accident. Because the game forces me to. This is outrageous, it's unfair. Why does Malik want the 19-year-old to redeem him? I don't know, bruh. Don't ask Malik these questions. You won't like the answers. Actually, according to the Shadow of the Sith novel, Revan is canon in the lore. You know, he was actually supposed to be in the Clone Wars, but, they didn't use him in the Clone Wars because they went with Darth Bane instead. Which is understandable, honestly. Hello, Mr. Legend Monkey. Discovered your channel yesterday and have been having a huge blast binging your videos. Looking forward to whatever is next. Hell yeah, Monster Zero. We got a KOTOR 2 video coming up. Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming in to say hello. Can I beat KOTOR with only one non-W directional key? Yes. Well, no. No, I can't. Can't go in a straight line. But if you tell me to like just get rid of the W key, that's pretty easy. I can just have the camera work like this. Not having W, not the biggest deal. Having only one key that isn't W? Yeah, no. That ain't happening. Well, actually, no. That's actually very doable. I could just use my mouse. This is my left and right click right now. That's a very easy challenge. A little annoying, but it's easy. Welcome to Legend Monkey live streams. Live streams where we only talk about totally above board stuff. True and real. Is why we never used Darth Barris the Wide again.
Welcome back.
His aura was too big. It blocks everyone on the screen.
Could it be true?
After KOTOR remake, there'll be Gen Alpha YouTubers who'll be posting videos called Why Malik is Actually Right,
It will take.
or Why Malik is a Misunderstood Hero. Honestly, bro, I could make that video. I could spin master that. If Malik had defeated Revan, then the galaxy would be safer. With the Starforge, Malik could have beat Vitiate and ushered in a new age of Republic peace. Sources, this is what I feel and think. Hi people, I mean Walking Carpets of Terrace. Hello Jess, welcome to the chat. I read he was going on Mortis, influencing the brother. Yes, that was what he was going to be doing. I'm assuming all of y'all saw that premise from the Cancel This Fire KOTOR remake that leaked a couple days ago. No, I didn't. What was it? I haven't heard of any leaks. Alex, a bit too much of a cartoon villain for that to be believable. Nuh-uh. Malik is a hype moment aura farmer Mog champion. He's like literally my goat. So like you can't say anything bad about him or I'll cry. Links are not safe, they don't work. No one can beat Vitiate, he has the force power known as plot armor. It's true. Very true. Oh, the pre-visualization. Interesting, interesting. I know about the pre-visualization for that KOTOR remake project that they canned back in the day. Malik is a wimpy doo-doo head, cry about it. No, no. Yeah, I don't know why I like doing that. Let's look at this pre-visualization. if it's real. The first draft of Aspire's cancelled KOTOR remake has been leaked. KOTOR opening cutscene leak. This is kind of funny looking. This is very much pre-production. But it's kind of cool, I like it. The idea they're going for here. I mean, that's kind of a cool original cutscene. I kind of like it. That's a little Hollywood. Sorry, I've been dealing with some uninvited guests. Interesting, though. Interesting. Angry Wookiee noises. Malik, more like Baldic. Damn. Don't do that to him, bruh. Malik actually wanted to cut off Revan's jaw so it could look cooler. True. What are your thoughts on the Studio 70 KOTOR short film? I need to have a watch party with my peeps and watch it. I still have not seen it yet in its entirety. That would be very sick. Damn rat ghouls. Damn rat ghouls respawning. They're gonna give Revan a voice. Well, technically Revan does have a voice in KOTOR 1. Technically. Droid, help! Save my life while I run away. Thank you, droid. Thank you, Clanker. The fact that that's a high school production studio is really crazy. It is. Every Hollywood is actually Chris Pratt, but I do actually like a lot of the areas they deviated from the game plot. That hurt a bit. Paragus squeak background noise, my beloved. Here, you guys want to hear Revan's voice? His canon voice?
Ready.
Oh, right. I have my Wookiee sound set.
Ready.
I have Wookiee sound set, so the human male voice does not play when I switch to the character. Rip. My goat is not faltering. He's just slaying everything. I love Droid Boy. Crab Boy. He does not care. He does not care about the size of the enemy's number. Revan morphed into a carpet. True. Revan's voice is Ensign Alexander Monroe from Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, and you can't convince me otherwise. It may be possible. BioWare has recruited Star Trek voice actors before. It has been evidenced. It's some uber-rich Christian private school, so I'm not all that surprised that it had that level of production value, but still it's impressive. I'm surprised a Christian school would touch on KOTOR. There are people who die, and there's violence. That's nice when you grab Pepsi out of the fridge and you put it on your desk out of your line of sight and forget about it for 2 hours. The plot of this series is Revan forgot to shave. That's it. That's everything. Wrap it up. That's production, baby. That's what happened, baby. You're confusing Christians and Catholics. I grew up Catholic. And I can admit that there certainly was a lowered tolerance of violence. But eventually it wore off. How many people die in the Bible? Yeah, but only the enemies. And Jesus. But he came back, so it's fine. I know that's a terrible oversimplification of the Bible. But, I'm just joking here. Like Jesus in such. Spoiler, sorry. It's alright. It's good, bro. Jesus dies. He was my favorite character. Yeah, dude. All my Abrahamic dudes are my favorites. I think Jesus and Muhammad would have been real chums. And Moses, dude. I mean, it's all Yahweh in the end, dude. Too bad they never got that crossover. Would have cleared up a lot of confusion with the fans. Because now everyone's power scaling. Which version of Yahweh? Stronger, dude. It's really problematic for the fandom. Bible's technically not copyrighted, right? We can make Bible fanfic? Well, I guess possibly, maybe, perhaps? I don't actually know the laws around that. Guy's been in the book. Book's been out for 2,000 years. Get over it, SMH. I hope nothing bad happens with Judas Iscariot. I don't know, bro. That's a pretty scary name. I wouldn't be surprised if he was kind of evil or something. As the only Aryan in the chat, this conversation deeply offends me. Please continue. We're definitely above board with the chat as usual. We're having ideas, we're saying things. If it's so good, why isn't there a Bible too? Believe it or not. Have you ever heard of the Mormons? Did you know Jesus was blonde and talked to the Native Americans? And gave some random settler some golden tablets with the commandments written on them? Believe it or not. It happened. The Bible too is real, folks. It's called Mormonism. I hope you're ready. Get some special underwear. And some fresca. It's a type of Christianity. Oh, good. I was hoping it wasn't, you know, the Aryan spelled with a Y. That'd be a problem. That'd be a little weird. There's so many subsects of Christianity I don't even know about. I've never heard of Arianism. Hello, Zachary. Bible to Electric Boogaloo. As someone who grew up religious, I'm loving this. Bad branding? I don't know, man. When you've got a bunch of settlers isolated from the churches back in the main 13 colonies, you can make up whatever shit you want. Everyone's hungry, and if you got the money, you're the religious authority, man. Mr. Golden Commandments guy, blonde Jesus. Gotta wonder if there were any priests out with his band that went missing or something. He was a known criminal. That much I remember from the Book of Mormon musical. Makes sense out of a cult leader, you know. Committing a crime or two. The Bible Extended Universe is crazy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it is bad branding for sure. One sloppy handwriting away from a hate crime. I follow supply side Jesus. Supply side Jesus. Define that. God of War finale is gonna be Kratos fighting Jesus. Jesus Christ. I've been waiting for this moment. Kratos, chill out, dude. We're past this. We don't need to be violent no more, dude. Oh shit, alright, my bad. We're kinda chill in the modern day, man. What the heck did I come back to? We were discussing Bible lore, dude. That's what we're doing. Very real and actual Bible lore. Jesus is the invisible hand of the market. Is that why oil's so expensive right now? Oh, Jesus. You were testing me. Saw the Book of Mormon 4 weeks ago. I got sick for 2 weeks after. Was I smited? Yeah, dude. Jesus called you a dick. Jesus called you a dick and gave you a spooky Mormon hell dream. Found out the Book of Mormon was made by the South Park guys, like, last month. Last month? I think that musical's been out a while. Maybe a little up to date. Hey, that's not a monkey, that's a Wookiee. Don't you try and trick us. Well, the monkey and the Wookiee were friends, alright? He invited him to hang out. Because, you know, they're both from Kashyyyk. Hello there. Hello, Dralium. Welcome to the chat. We're having a very enlightening conversation on Bible lore. On the extended universe, Book of Mormon and all that. It's interesting stuff. As someone who was raised Mormon, please have mercy. I do not need to relive my cursed childhood. Okay, we'll drop it. We'll drop it. We drop. Christ wins, for Christ forgives, and paid that debt already. Kratos would be forgiven. I killed an entire country. Possibly even world. It's alright, man. Bad, alright. Thanks. We're just gonna need you to fill out this angel application, since, you know, there's only one God and all that. Cause you can't be deified around here. Dad's a jealous man, God. It's written in the Bible. It's one of the commandments, actually. I'm a jealous God. There's only one God, and it is me. Very specific wording too. So like, I'm gonna need you to like not be the God of war. Thanks. Let's talk about other Christian heresies then. For example, Catholicism. What? Just because they believe Jesus was God, it's a different thing. Come on, come on. Come on. It's a fair interpretation to make. I think. Miracles and such. Bawling against Satan. Who's to say it wasn't God in human form, again? After he'd wrestled with Samson that one time in the Old Testament. And was also a bush for Moses. Jesus and Kratos would smoke a bowl and talk about life. Probably, dude. Jesus and Kratos swap would go pretty hard for the rewrite. The rewrite. JC died for our sins, so you bet I'm gonna take advantage of his sacrifice. Well, we got more sins. We gotta get rid of those. Oh, I mean with the part where they pray to dead people but pretend they don't. I mean, aren't we all Father, Son, Holy Spirit? Isn't every Christian all that? Aren't we all worshipping the cross in which Jesus died on? Aren't we all worshipping dead people? Jesus is basically a very chill stoner, probably. High on bay leaf or something. No, I don't know if he was smoking the packs. I don't know if they have packs in that region of the world. I don't know if that grows in the desert. Maybe it came from Rome. That I would believe, given the time period. Romans were indulgent. In fact, that was one of the many reasons Jesus did what he did. You know, critiquing the Romans' way of life. And how the world will be inherited by the meek, not the rich. Plot twist, Kratos kills all the gods. He's the last one. He settled in the Middle East and had an affair with a married woman. No, no, no. Not this again. He will not give birth to Jesus. He will not be the father of Jesus, bro. We've already done this with the Nord side. He's already given birth to Loki. Not him himself. He's already... You know what I mean. So Kratos met Jesus before the new sequels then? I don't know, man. It's very complicated. All Kratos always wanted was to forget his past and move on. If Jesus would forgive his sins, that would actually make sense. He probably would forgive him. Though he would have to say, "Hey, buddy, give up your godhood real quick." Dad doesn't really like it when other people are gods. I'm gonna need you to revoke that. I'm gonna need you to die, actually. We'll consider you for heaven. The Middle East has hashish. I guess it does. I don't really know drugs, so y'all would know better than me. It's called NordVPN, not ChristVPN. We know that mythology is better. We know what mythology is better. Oh boy. Skyrim belongs to the NordVPN. Christ resurrected 3 days after his death and is living again, so I'm not really worshipping a dead person, but worshipping a living god. Well, he went back to heaven after 50 days or so. So he did go to hang out with God in heaven. He's not on earth anymore, according to the scripture. Not technically dead, but not on this plane. Hash is basically weed, just more potent. Huh. Wow. Also, the word assassin is derived from hashish. The Crusaders thought the group that inspired the Assassin's Creed games were using it. Interesting. I mean, I bet a lot of people were using hash back in the day. It's right there. Yo, what's up? It's been forever. Witcher Bio Souls, welcome to the chat. We're having a very funny discussion on Bible lore. Bible lore, extended universe lore. It's all kinds of lore we're going over. Thank God I have sonic nades. I don't have to buy more frag grenades. Yeah, baby, level 7. The assassins were frequent hash users. They were an Ismaili offshoot. I'll take your word for it. Elijah also went to heaven without dying, but he was taken up on a chariot of fire. I don't remember the Bible mentioning how Jesus returned, so he could be out there watching us with binoculars. I'd like him to come intervene real quick. It's been a while. We'd really miss you. Though you have to wonder, based on the sociology and the political science of the day, if Jesus were to come back to Earth and start rabble-rousing like he did against the Romans, or at least that's how the Romans would see it, traveling in a band and saying, hey, this empire sucks. Hey, this big civilization sucks. And everyone needs to be more generous and give to the poor and all the things Jesus said, all the miracles he did, basically disproving Roman power, changing the way ancient people saw the balance of power, period, probably. Hence why BC and AD are separate. Because of what Jesus taught. What Jesus brought and wrought, if you will. If he came back, the biggest empire, the biggest powerful group, country, Rome adjacent, is America. So would he come back to life and start protesting what America has become? Or would he go to Russia? Or would he go to China? Where would he be born? Interesting thoughts to think about. Where would Jesus resume his, or restart his teachings? Against whom, and who would be the new disciples? Interesting things to consider. I think Jesus would almost certainly do everything he did against Rome in the Middle East, in America, maybe even in Latin America. But I don't know. It's all speculation anyway. Just ideas. Ideas of a monkey. He just shows up in San Francisco and immediately gets shot. Nah, nah. He came back to America and started Mormonism. You're right, my bad. I keep forgetting the extended lore, dude. Chariot to heaven, a spaceship. Is Christianity actually Scientology adjacent? I don't even know what's going on with Scientology, bro. I don't know if I want to know. I'll wait for the musical to come out on that one. Darth Vader takes off the mask and it's JC. No, he's not Obi-Wan, he's Anakin. Very different character. If Jesus came back, we would crucify him again? Yup. 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 Yeah, we would. Absolutely. Imagine getting stoned out of your gourd and going out to assassinate targets. I mean, you'd have a lot of peace of mind, that's for sure. Mel Gibson is directing the second part of the Passion movie. It'll be about Christ's resurrection. That's actually pretty interesting. I wonder how that'll do. Because those 50 days, or however many days, that he came back and was doing things on Earth, settling affairs before he was sent back to heaven. That's interesting. That's a very interesting topic to talk about, to make a movie about, to educate. We'll see how it does. We'll see how the religious people of all subsects of Christianity like it. Would Jesus like apes? I don't know what Jesus would think about apes. Would he be like, yeah, God did make those very similar to humans. In his creation of Earth, apes were made to be very similar because it was funny. The DNA, the evolutionary path. Why not, right? Not quite in the image of God, but almost in the image of humans. It's an interesting idea. One of the angels suggested it. And frick Christianity, Mormonism, etc. We worship the marker from Dead Space now. The marker. I haven't played Dead Space, I'm not familiar. I know how people speedrun the Scientology buildings. Yes, I've heard of that. I've heard of the news. It's very funny. I don't know, I get panic attacks if I smoke too much. I have to lie down for the next 3 to 4 hours. Well, not everyone can be an assassin. There's a South Park episode on Scientology. May as well watch that, right? Yeah. They're the original creators of the Book of Mormon, after all, so it would be perfect for educational purposes. They did the research. I wonder why Mel Gibson is so interested in the Redeemer. Good question, man. Love that Joseph Smith could replicate the original writings because they were lost and just made up that God was mad and they had to rewrite it and everyone just goes with it. Oh yeah, dude. He said so. plot twist, God is actually a monkey and humans are the weird ones. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that's heresy. But, oh my god. The human beta test run.
Please don't.
And dinosaurs, they were just cool birds. They were a side project. God got bored though, had to send that meteor down. Came back to Earth. It was like, alright, let's do this again. This time, make a monkey. Make a mammalian. Marker reanimates dead tissue into horrific zombies. Oh great, that's pleasant. That's a wonderful thing to think about. Yeah, I'd watch OG Assassin School. Can't handle the Assassin pack. Honestly, bro, any of the Assassin's Creed protagonists just like smoking big bongs. Did Altair smoke doobies? God got bored and threw a stone at the dinos. We're starting over, dude. No more birds, lizards, whatever the hell they were. It's going to be very inconsistent over 50 years. Why did God use a meteor instead of cardiac arrest? Well, Old Testament God, you know, all about the floods and the meteors and the absolute power. It is characteristic of desert civilizations to have gods that are all-powerful, as compared to Greece, a land with more resources and natural ones at that, with multiple gods and multiple facets. Gods of the hunt, the sky, the air, the sea, the water. In the desert, the only resource is living and being attached to your group. If you are not attached to your group, you are dead. And thus, God is all-powerful. It is characteristic of what was necessary. God got stoned and smoked the dinos. Wouldn't it be the other way around? Technically? I just crit that guy. Amazing. Egypt had plenty of gods? Yes, they had the Nile. And boy, was the Nile something. But the dinos weren't religious, they just saw fire and rock and ran confused. They weren't smart enough to appreciate a smiting. I guess. What if you're in the desert on a horse with no name? Give it a name, duh. Gods of human-made concepts like trade. Gods of human-made concepts like trade have always fascinated me. Well, someone had to think of it first. Why not a god? Humans certainly could not have come up with the idea of bartering on their own. That's silly. And I'm sure no other animals have observable bartering behavior. At all. Zip. Zilch. What if your Trump advisor's a month ago? Okay, he just attacked Iran. Maybe he will slow down for a moment so we can catch our breath. I'm gonna start beef with the Pope. Yeah, that's rough. The first American Pope having beef with the president is rough. And also J.D. Vance, the new Catholic convert, saying, I'm a better Catholic than the Pope, is kind of crazy. What was he before he was Catholic? I don't even know. That's not JC, that's a doctor. Very different. JC Denton. Calling the Pope weak on crime would be a grade A bit if it wasn't real. There's another sociological artifact of the United States. Higher focus on strength than the weak. We sympathize more with the strong than the weak, which is strangely different than how our religion teaches us, or the original religion of many of the settlers of the United States of America, that is. Taught people how to think about other people. It is the weak that shall inherit the earth, not the strong. I'm pretty sure there's a specific verse in the Bible that says if you're rich, you're going to hell, or you're not getting into heaven. And yet, welcome to the Onion, today's headline. It was all real. Indeed, indubitably. It's so hard to parody nowadays when everything happens. Why do the meek inherit the earth? Are they better? Well, it's more along the lines that you have to be nice to people and respect your other peers and friends and not be mean to each other. And yet, we are still mean to each other. Bye, Black Walker. Don't let the megachurch pastors hear about the camel through the eye of the needle. Or that golden statue. Or the other exorbitant displays of wealth. That's not Zalbar, that's his lost brother, Big Chundar. True and real. Chundar Chungus. Oh shoot. Well, I'm gonna lose some spikes on this, but that's okay. You know what I find funny? Historically, Jesus was not chill with the Romans, and the Romans were most certainly not chill with him. Certainly on the account of, you know, the crucifixion. And yet, like, what, 100, 200 years later, they said, you know what, we're Christian now. I'd have to read into the history of that some more. I know it was one emperor who decided that, to change the religion of Rome to Christianity. You gotta wonder if it was like an actual awakening that that one dude had, or did all the rich people in Rome suddenly realize, oh shit, Roman gods aren't working. We have to appease the masses, or else we're gonna get eaten. But I'd actually have to go into the history of that, because it's been a while since high school. I know I went over it in high school, but I haven't been in high school for like 9 or 10 years. Constantine. Cool stream, many laughs, GG. Good night. Good night, Dem Psych. See you around, dude. Rest well. Constantine was just silly like that? Oh, silly Constantine. Constantine got desperate in a battle and said, I'll convert if I win. I think I remember something like that. He made a promise to convert if he won, and then the Pope was like, oh shit, bro, alright. I'm chill with that. But, again, the specifics. The Romans didn't really care about Jesus. It was the populace and priests that wanted him dealt with. Really? The Roman nobles weren't threatened by Jesus? And the emperor? They didn't really care? It was only the people that wanted him dead? That definitely makes a lot more things make sense. I know that Pontius Pilate washed his hands of the crucifixion. But didn't he have, like, orders? Or no, he didn't have orders. The crowd wanted him dead. That's true. But you have to wonder if there was, like, no hatred at all from the upper crust of Roman leadership. Rome had no issue with him. Pontius Pilate was against crucifying Christ, but the Pharisees demanded and forced it, releasing a murderer. The Pharisees being just the people, or a governing body. The priests, the local priests. Yeah, he never committed any crimes in their book. Pharisees were the Jewish leadership at the time. So the Romans were appeasing the Jewish. The Jewish leadership. Because the Jewish people did not enjoy Jesus. Despite Jesus himself being raised Jewish. Wonderful. Brand. Jesus was claiming to be their Messiah. Of course they didn't like him. I could have swore the Romans would have cared, especially considering how the Christian religion eventually overtook the Roman gods. Maybe they cared only then, for a little while. But no, just the local Pharisees, huh? Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Pontius? Jewish leadership hated Jesus because they did not like the fact he gave them verbal beatdowns on scripture. Indubitably. Persecutions didn't start until after Christianity started spreading into the heartlands. So they didn't start killing people until it was starting to convert. And then they were like, alright, fine, we give up. We convert. I guess it makes sense. Seeing as Christianity wasn't even a religion up until Christ died, as a matter of fact. It was still Judaism. Mark 15 is a good spot to start reading for it all. Indubitably. I'd also like to read some historical records, if there are any at the time, for if Roman people in the heartlands were talking about and getting ready to talk about Jesus of Nazareth. Wasn't a few religion for a few hundred years until after he died. I thought Peter got started on that shit right away. Him being the first pope and all. An emperor did indeed convert. Welcome to the Legend Monkey Bible Study stream. Indeed. This is what we're doing. This is what the Constitution run has done. Loki would be doing this if we were doing the Rakghoul only run. Rakghoul farming only run. That'd be a 6-hour stream. It's very hard to decide a definitive breakpoint in faith when people started writing shit down. Alas. It do be how it is. Relatively small cult, and they were still calling themselves Jewish. Rakghoul farming only. Yes, we were discussing earlier in the stream having an entire video or stream dedicated to getting to level 2 all the way to level 20 on Terrace by just farming Rakghouls over and over. It's possible, but no one's ever recorded it. So it would be mildly funny. Yeah, the Undercity, I believe, is where the Rakghouls first start respawning infinitely. I don't know if there are any other infinite enemies. Actually, no. Yeah, I don't think there are any other infinite enemies up until that point. I know that people have most certainly done it because they talk about it, or at least know it's possible, but I don't think there's a video. There's no video proof on YouTube. Maybe on Deadly Stream, maybe on Reddit, but nothing on YouTube. Not yet, anyway. I'm pretty sure the Black Volkers do respawn, but like only once. They respawn like maybe once or twice when you're walking the loop, but then they stop. Hold on, guys. I gotta go outside. You guys are doing too much damage. Easy YouTube video then. I maxed my character on the first planet. Albeit boring as hell. That'd be yeah, exactly. There wouldn't be like a challenge or anything going on. It would just be me farming endlessly. I think it'd be a funny stream just watching me go insane. That'd be better content for that kind of idea. Lunastra did it in her No Jedi run. Lunastra. I've never heard of Lunastra. Let's look that up. Lunastra vids. Wow, that came out 3 days ago. No wonder I hadn't heard of it. It just came out. Cool. And they also play Dragon Age Solo Mage. Cool, cool. Lots of challenge runs. I'll have to check them out. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and give unto God what is God's. I don't think Caesar would be sharing with God, based on his caricature. Maybe the gods, based on just having to. But I think Caesar was a pretty selfish guy. Then again, I have to read into it. It's been a long time since I've studied history. Have I heard the tragedy of Darth Lustrana the Jedi-less? I'll have to watch that video and see how long she reports it taking. Because me and for the topic of doing KOTOR Jedi lists, I just used a mod to make it so that I don't get Jedi levels. British Guy Gaming gave himself level 20 with console commands. But if Lunastra did it raw, then that's worth a watch. Because I don't think anyone else has done it. As far as I know, recorded it and said they've done it. Giving vibes like this WoW player who hit level cap on Pendarin's starting zone by only picking herbs and missing and mining. True pacifist character as Pendarin. Never took a side. That's pretty funny. I'm sure that took a really long time though. And they are Clippy? Yeah, that's the person. Could potentially showcase one-shotting the governor or Dalek or something, but yeah, true. I maxed my WoW character by getting Exploration XP for 284 hours. Caesar and Ave are the only Latin words I say correctly because of New Vegas. Well, Kaisar is also correct. And Awe. Ave. Technically, it's Caesar or Kaisar, whichever you prefer. So true, you know who's played New Vegas by how we say Kaisar? Yeah. Vool avoided the Jedi levels and all levels using speedrun tricks. So, she speedran the game. No fake level ups. I know that's a popular speedrun trick for KOTOR. Hold your tongue, Wastrel. I do eventually want to make a KOTOR speedrunning video. How to speedrun, but it's funny and goofy. You know what's terrifying? Cave diving. Why do people do it? No idea. Couldn't be me. If a cave isn't as big enough to walk into, well, I'm not going in there. No, Vool did a no level up challenge for KOTOR 1 and 2. That video I think I have seen. Those were the speedrun tricks I remember, doing the fake levels. No, not even the fake levels. They use speedrun tricks to duplicate items so that all the members on the team could have infinite grenades and heat-resistant armor. I remember that. I think that's pretty... I mean, that is a way to do it. I just don't use too many speedrun tricks unless I'm soft-locked. That's a personal taste thing. If I use speedrun tricks for every video, they'd be over in like 10 minutes. The streams would be interesting, because I would have to learn the speedrun tricks, but, you know, if I just speedrun KOTOR, then the specifics of a challenge don't matter. Because I can pacifist KOTOR, probably, by just skipping everything as much as possible. But it wouldn't be as cool as actually doing everything in the vanilla rule set. I'll be honest, ever since getting an MRI, I've been liking tight, close spaces more and more. Oh no. Don't go cave diving, soldier. It's not safe. It's not safe, soldier. Don't do it. Cave diving scratches our itch to jump into the abyss. Cave divers when a crevice known locally as the Devil's Embrace has a 0.23 survival rate. That's an opportunity right there, fellas. Is game playing at 2 FPS for anybody else? Uh-oh, let me see. I'm not seeing any lag on my stream at the moment. It's not on my side, so that's good. A minute of stream was PowerPoint. Uh-oh. Well, sorry that happened. Again, I think it's Wi-Fi. I think it's service changing in my area, because I haven't changed anything about my system. I do not understand why things would be lower quality. Bang. I don't think I have anything... Well, no, I have armor I can upgrade. I need to upgrade that for the clanker in the other room if I want to beat him. Oh, right! Zalbar's Bowcaster! This is something I can use now. I forgot I could up... Yeah, that's better than a normal blaster rifle. Let's use it, dude. I've also got a disruptor. No, I don't really care about that. No. For shield busting, I guess that's not so bad. But yeah, I've got this ion rifle for clankers. We're gonna be using that in a minute. That'll be nice, I think. Methinks. Alright guys, time to... Well, no, let's actually take out this room first. I also forgot I've had energy shields. I'm very smart. Bruh, how'd I miss? He's right there. How are you so accurate with all your con? Well, there's a +10 bonus for barrel stuffing people in this game with a gun. It's a point blank bonus, so I'm using that very liberally, as much as I can. Shotgun. Shotgun strat, if you will. I think it's quite good for now. At the moment. Currently. We'll see if it stays that way. I wish rifles and heavies could get something like how pistols can benefit from 2-weapon and dueling. Yeah, it's a shame. Big shame. I might switch to pistols later on in this run. Maybe. Or pistol singular, as my attack bonus goes up higher and higher. And then add dueling on top, maybe. But right now, rifles are very good. Very helpful. Play Fallout New Vegas when we have Cyber Elon Musk, Anarchy State ruled by unstable courier who gets shot in the head, who got shot in the head, Roman LARPers who wear skirt, and have leader with brain tumor, 90% income tax. That just sounds like life in California. I really like how Trask is like, hey, don't use blasters up close, and then the game is like, here's a +10 attack bonus. Yeah, it's a little misleading. Just a little bit. They get rid of that in KOTOR too as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're worse when you're close up against sword fighters, which makes more sense, I think. On one hand, yes, they are point blank, but on the other hand, they are actively slashing at you with a weapon. So, you know, it's a bit rough. Bit rough out here, isn't it? Here's my ion gun. Looks kind of sick, though. Ram that door for me, will ya? This is a pretty cool model, actually. I've never seen this before. don't think I've ever used this gun once. Alright. Let's hope. Let's hope we don't blow up. Well, we're not losing HP, so that's good. That's what matters. We are going to be stuck a little while, though. Gotta keep an eye on our energy shield. No, don't refreeze me! Please! I beg you. Combat's literally broken. I'm not in combat anymore. Because I've been frozen so long. Bro, please! Say wallahi! Say wallahi, bro! Let me go. Why am I missing? He's right there. My plus 10 bonus, please. $40 damage, we'll take it. 23. Come on, please just hit it. Hit your damage. Stop missing! Why are you missing? I said that in the honor mode video, but very, very loudly. I'm sure you all remember. Why am I missing? That was me. That's what I sounded like. I beg you. I should probably just use normal attacks. Whatever, we got him. He's dead. Alright. Alright, we got it. That's what we like to see. Wasn't even that hard. KOTOR 2, you need a feat to do close combat with blasters well. Yeah, I remember. Doesn't D&D normally give you a disadvantage on ranged attacks? Yes, they do. It does. Honestly, if Carbonite Freezing is this easy, why'd they have to go to Bespin for Han? Cause they forgore. They forgore how easy and cost effective it was. Got them. Tonight's forecast, a freeze. Oh, that's pretty cool. No, only I can do that. Die. No cold puns, except for me. You're a pretty cold-hearted guy. I said stop! Well, they couldn't keep refreezing him every 5 seconds for the next year. How many consumables would that take? It's true, the freeze only lasts 3 seconds, so, you know, I suppose while the technology is compact, it doesn't last forever. Unlike a proper block freezing technique. Nice to see you. Chill out on the puns. What are your thoughts on Restored Content mod versus Base Game KOTOR? Restored Content mod is very important for all the dialogue it adds, but all the extra combat sections on Nar Shaddaa suck. And I don't like them. They take too long. Also, Droid Planet, not a big fan. Where you have to go to the HK factory, and do things at the HK factory, not a big fan. Not necessary to bring that back. IMO. Droid Factory's restored content? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I'm 90% sure it is. Very weird chat interactions there. Yeah, even the restored content mod didn't finish it, I don't think. Hey guys. Why are you laughing? Hachua Pinky. Yes, I remember that specific Glupshido phrase. Have some frag grenade. Just keep talking. Have some frag grenade. You guys want to come fight me? One-on-one? That'd be a lot more fun. For me. Grenade. Alright, well, alright, we can grenade. We got grenades. We got grenades and we got shields. Probably gonna have to buy more shields for the Sith base. Like a lot more. Because as I've mentioned before, I cannot heal. This run is basically heals banned. Oh, okay. Bro was just throwing his normal ass hands. His shield still isn't gone yet. Please. Oh, okay, hold on. There we go, baby. Nice. You'll love to see it. A lot of grenades for that. But you do what you gotta do. Alright, I need to go heal by walking all the way outside again. Give Adam Driver his Star Wars Redemption run by having him play a Revan. No, we cannot Robert Downey Jr. him. No, no, no. Can we get HK-47 voiced by Chris Pratt? Okay, that I'm okay with, because it would be funny as fuck. For 5 minutes, and then I'd hate it. But it'd be funny. Hello, Jordy, how are things going on this run? Pretty well, actually. Pretty decent so far, in the early game, that is. Boyega Revan, he needs a redemption more. No people who have played Star Wars characters before in Star Wars The Old Republic. It's not possible. Hello, Arinya. Welcome to the chat. Good to see ya. We need to RDJ Star Wars. No, we don't. Unless people are reprising their old characters. No. I disagree. We do not need to RDJ. At all. Pretty please. I'm hoping that RDJ's whole thing in Avengers Doomsday is plot related and they didn't just hire the same guy again. That would be really embarrassing. Robert Downey Jr. Robert. Robert Downey Jr. Robertius. Roberto. I'm also really okay with how little I know / care about Doomsday. I'd say Doomsday is make or break for movie Marvel. I know people have been really liking Daredevil recently, so I think the TV shows are going to be fine. They can poop out as many TV shows as they like. But movie Marvel's in a rough spot. Marvel would be in desperation mode right now. True. We're at the good part where he comes back to acting in Iron Man 1 and revives his career. Oh, yeah. Please don't put Robert Downey Jr. in Star Wars, bro. What's an actor that's going through a rough time right now and needs, like, a revitalization? Because RDJ's been revitalized. He's a million bajillionaire. He's good. He doesn't need any more. We need to Marvelify KOTOR. Run a teaser trailer that'll end with Jared Leto reaching his hand to the camera and saying, "It's star mapping time." No! No! You can't do that. That's evil. That's an evil suggestion. Never cook again. Bill Cosby? He's still alive? Also, he's a criminal, so like we're not giving him a second chance. Brendan Fraser? No, Brendan Fraser's been doing a lot recently. He's been doing very different roles compared to what he used to do, but he's been doing lots of artsy roles. Many roles that have made him fat for the role. It's very coincidental. But yeah, he's not the action star guy he used to be. He's got lots of Academy Award stuff going on now.
But I've got good instincts.
Not Jared
You
Leto.
have the look of a racer about you.
Alexander Skarsgård as Malik. Never heard of him. Eastern Standard Time. That's a funny name. Will Smith needs a revival and a better wife. I mean, Will Smith, he's... He's still pretty famous as is. He's not like put into D or F list or anything like that. But then again, I can't think of a recent Will Smith movie, so maybe you're cooking. Brendan Fraser won an Oscar recently. Yeah, exactly. If Keanu Reeves wasn't so overused in the past few years, I feel like he would make an amazing Revan. He has the face, but I don't know if he has the... like, everything else. I don't even know if he likes Star Wars, so, like, that's a big thing. Also, it'd be cool if Revan was played by someone completely new. Not anyone famous. Unless Revan was, like, a side character in a story about somebody else. Like a Jedi who was fighting in the Mandalorian Wars, or whatever. If the show is about KOTOR and in the Mandalorian Wars, or KOTOR during the Jedi Civil War, Revan's not the main character, we're following other people, and Revan's in the background or something, then I could see him being someone famous. But Revan as, you know, the main character of the game, I'd prefer if it was somebody new, like Star Wars usually does. Last Fraser role I heard about was The Whale. Academy Award, I mean, not Oscar. Whichever. Tomato, tomato. Motherfuckers don't even recite the Jedi Code properly anymore. They just look at you with the camera like Brendan Fraser does in The Whale. It's really funny meme. Revan should be a young person anyway. Yeah, I don't mind Revan being de-aged a bit. I'm chill with that. Also, Keanu Reeves is not 39 or 38 years old, like Revan is in this game. So, he'd be a little too old for the role. I know makeup can do wonderful things, and Keanu aged very well, but at the same time. Let's look up how old Keanu is. I'm pretty sure he's 50-something. He's 60! He's 61 years old. He is, in fact, a grandpa. Will Smith. Yes, Will Smith. Get Voldemort's actor to play Malik? What's his face look like? Ralph Fiennes. No, yeah, I could see that. He needs to be a little bigger. But I could see that, because Malik is a fucking chode of a man, and tall as fuck. But I like the face, I could see it. They just need to get the Helldiver actor to suddenly show up as Revan, taking off their helmet. I need you for the Mandalorian Wars. That'd actually be kind of hard. If they parodied KOTOR like that, I wouldn't even be mad. Like, the Republic is getting ads from Revan's ad department. Revan's marketing department. That would actually kind of go hard, I think. Tragic, stop attacking me, you asshole. Bastila, you got this. Alright, Red Rose, you're going down, buddy. Yeah. Alright. Let's let back. No, get off my ass. Get off my ass. This is Bastila's fight. She's got this. Rajak. Rajak. No, Bastila's giving up. She's not doing shit. What? What is this? What? Huh? Go get. Yes, please. I'm hurting. Please fight. Okay. Thank you. Alright. We've survived. Only need half of it? That's true. I recently saw someone find out that Keanu is Asian. It was quite amusing. Is Carrie Elwes doing anything good these days? Never heard of him. I hope that Trump will play God Emperor in War Grammar 40k. Became a Sith today and fight for a managed empire. Become a Dark Jedi today and fight for managed imperialism. Want a break from the ads? Join the dark side today. Viggo Mortensen would excel in the role, but he's really old too. Isn't he like 70? I like Viggo. He needs to be more things. But he's too old, man. Make him crap. Why not? Let's see how Bastila's doing. Oh, she's actually gotten pretty far. Usually it takes a while. But half health is good. Is Robin Hood and Robin Hood Men in Tights and also Wesley in The Princess Bride? Oh. That's cool. Chat only seems to know actors who are in their 60s and over. RIP. Listen, they were 40 when we watched them as children. Just want to say, I just want someone to write Star Wars stuff who actually like Star Wars. Like, they get people who aren't there to make a story in Star Wars. They're there to make their own story with Star Wars. That'd be cool. That would be cool. But alas, sometimes you just gotta write something because it's your job. Sorry, should've put a trigger warning. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, chat. Someone has sent me a message, by the way. I'm wondering who it was. I'm not gonna open it till after the stream. But I'm curious. I wonder if someone sent me a screenshot of KOTOR 2. You should open it? Oh, now I'm definitely not opening it until after the stream. You'd think it wouldn't be a big ask for people working on Star Wars to like Star Wars, but it might be. Well, people who wrote Andor like Star Wars. And Maul. I mean, when you have the greatest Juilliard graduate to ever exist, Sam Witwer, it can't go wrong. I heard the message noises. Yeah. Don't want to pay taxes to the Republic? Enlist today as Sith Triumvirate Assassins. Join our community at Malachor 5, one of the very few tax havens left in the galaxy. It's a dick pic? Nah, dog. Not in the KOTOR stream. Gotta go already? Alright, Arinya. See you around. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, you did it, Bastila. Good job. I mean, look at the people who made the later seasons of The Witcher show. Yeah, even The Witcher Season 1 wasn't perfectly accurate, which is fine. They can make up some things to make it more palatable, make more sense. Because a lot of it is Geralt-centric. Having Yennefer backstory is good as well. But yeah, they completely changed the source material. Deviated very, very far. In later iterations of that plot. What they were doing. Anyway, hi Bastila.
Or maybe those. Please take me to Kotor.
You know, I wouldn't mind if
Three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to
in the official KOTOR movie that'll definitely really happen, or KOTOR TV show,
Bastila.
I would be actually jazzed if, what's her face? Jennifer Hale played Bastila. Or Satel Shan, for that matter. I wouldn't even care if she played Bastila, being too old for Bastila. I would completely ignore it. I wouldn't even notice.
Is something.
And then, of course, she has to do female, Shepard in the new TV show for Mass Effect that is coming out, whether we like it or not. Whether we're ready for it or not. Gorilla Club members upgrading their chat experience by DMing their chats to the main monkey himself. Actually, being able to DM me is Great Ape tier. You can send a friend request to me at Great Ape. When I play KOTOR, I don't have my Steam overlay turned on because of lag problems and recording problems. But if I'm playing something else, then I'll definitely open your thing. Close up my game, open your thing. As long as it's funny. Speaking of which, you know, what the hell, right? We're at a pretty good checkpoint right now. Why don't we save the game, see what's been sent to us real quick. We're right here. This better not be something... Oh my god. That is HK 50 with cat ears. Right. Alright, going back into KOTOR now. Going back into KOTOR. Jennifer Hale can be the narrator. Old Bastila telling the story. That would actually be kind of peak. I really like that. They should do that. H Catboy. Newest book actually made Geralt younger than everyone thought the age gap between him and Yennefer is. I mean, they're both immortal, so, like, honestly. They're both immortal and have lived for, like, at least 100 years each. So, honestly, they're both just stuck being whatever age they are. I'm not even worried about it. HK 47. Query. Why do I have cat ears, meatbag? It's tactically advantageous, I promise. Dank Ferric H Catboy got me acting up. Dank, that's Dragon Age. Wrong BioWare. That's LARP.
I saw you in...
Yeah? Yeah? Who has subscribed? Dante. Thank you very much, Dante. Highly appreciate it. Yeah? Query. Am I kawaii? Kawaii desu, Master-san. Weep to weep to weep. Alright guys. This Marl guy has a lot of HP and a lot of melee damage, so we're gonna have to get more HP. +4 to HP. Our battle stimulants give you HP, so this is legal to use. The attack is legal as well because it's just attack. The damage doesn't even work, so that makes it fine. So we can use battle stimulants and adrenal staminas, but not alacrity or strength. Let's look at our HP. 133, respectable. 17 fortitude. Nice. Let's see if we can just phrase tank. Oh, here, a little closer. Let's see if we can just face him. Kind of, but not really. We keep missing. I should be dead, but whatever. We take it. I'm literally on 1. Animated series about HK-47 doing assassin jobs would be so peak! It would be so peak! You can take him in a fight, right? In a fight. Statement. Apathy is death. 1 HP in a dream. If I was playing int run, that's what it would be. Dank Ferric is Star Wars, you're the LARPer? Nuh-uh. Dank Ferric is almost certainly Dragon Age. I'm looking it up. Oh my god, it's Star Wars. I could have sworn it was Dwarf. I could have sworn it was a dwarf thing you said in Dragon Age. I'm pretty sure the guy in your dwarf origin story as a commoner, Lesky, says something almost exactly the same as Dank Ferric.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your
Picture Anakin staring at you, that's all I'll say. Bruh. Master Skywalker literally killed the Padawan meatbags. HK-47 doesn't even need orders, bruh. He'd just be doing that. He's a freak. He's a serial killer. He killed people, even though he has money. It's new Star Wars though, so it's fake Star Wars. True, true. But anyway, I swear, in Dragon Age Origins, there is dwarf slang lingo that sounds exactly like Dank Ferric. I can imagine it in Varric's voice. Because he plays Lesky in Dragon Age Origins. I swear. Alright, we're doing the fight with Bendak. We're gonna get double pistols. Hopefully. HK-47 may be a murderer, but he gives me low-key chill kind of serial killer vibes. Like he's chill about it. Professionals have standards. Be polite. Be efficient. Have a plan to kill everyone you meet. I think his mate saw me. Yes, yes, he did. Gotta love the Meet the Sniper animatic. It's peak TF2. Varric's trying to sell you cigarettes. Sigh. Would you like some death sticks? What if Obi-Wan just straight up, dead ass, said, yeah, I'd love some death sticks right now, please. And like, would bro be like, ah, sure, damn. You know, I hadn't gotten a single buyer in like 30 weeks or whatever. I was really starting to lose my confidence. Alternate ending. Obi-Wan gets boofed on some death sticks, bro. Dank Ferric Dragon Age just brings up Wikipedia. I think your age might be showing. Bro, I played Dragon Age like a month ago. I swear. It's in the VODs. It's gotta be. Do people watch The Mandalorian? I remember watching the first episode and then forgetting about it. Yeah, I watched The Mandalorian. I have indeed. Making me spend money on the clanker. God damn. How much money am I down? Oh no, I'm good. I got dollars. I did. First season was solid, but it went downhill from there.
A plague spreads through our streets.
Honestly, man, the ship was already turning around and getting wobbly when the paratrooper lady got canceled and they removed her from the show. Lots of things just happened behind the scenes in production, and everything else starts to crumble as well. I'm not saying the catalyst, the crux of the show falling apart was that lady getting canceled. But I'm saying I'm sure more things like that were happening behind the scenes. Like them realizing how profitable Baby Yoda was. And deciding, you know, we don't really need the Mandalorians side plot. We don't really care about them. Why are they here anyway? We care about Baby Yoda, and that's it. Bring him back, don't keep him with Luke. In fact, we're going to hijack the Book of Boba Fett, ruin that production any further than it was already ruined, and explain how Baby Yoda is back now. Because it's very important. Mandoverse became the cameo show starring Baby Yoda. And I'll stand by Season 2 being good. Decent. I think it was really just Season 3 that was the problem. That was a little sus. The guy who tried to sell death sticks was just named Ellen Sleaze Bagano. George Lucas, you've done it again. Thank you, George. A genius well ahead of your time. Thank you, George. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now clinkers all over the base. You're gonna shoot people. Very nice. Very good. Ow. I did a lot of damage. Got that guy. Got his ass. There was a bunch of key jangling with names you recognize. Oh, look, 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 it's that orange lady you loved as a kid. I think Ahsoka was pretty important for the plot there. She was basically telling them, hey, you gotta go find Luke. I think that was pretty important for Baby Yoda being, you know, having his arc completed. So he could, you know, join the Jedi and be with people who can take care of him and give him Jedi training. I think it would be much better if Baby Yoda had stayed with the Jedi and Luke's order, even if there was, you know, slight, issue with him possibly being killed in the, you know, sequels. But I don't know if Grogu coming back to the Mandalorian was actually the plan. I don't know if that was actually the plan from the start. I get the feeling that became the plan. Also, I bet the plan for Giancarlo Esposito's character, the Moff guy, I forget his name. I bet the plan for him was changed all over the place. Like, we knew that he wanted Force-sensitive DNA from the start, but then he also had Shadow Troopers, and then he had clones of himself, and then they were Force-sensitive, but they all died instantly, so that original plot thread was given up on. So now we're like, okay, what did this guy want? Well, actually, he wanted to copy the Mandalorians. He wanted to culturally appropriate the Mandalorians, actually. Never mind his side project of Force clones. Don't mind that. They weren't real. Didn't happen. Oh, certainly did not happen. As an Ahsoka fan, Ahsoka should have died to Vader. Would have been a great emotional send-off. I'm fine with Ahsoka still being alive. It's just rough to explain everything else when she is alive. Even then, it could have gone. I haven't seen it since it came out before. She was there to name drop Thrawn and promote her own show. She was there to tell the Mandalorian to go find Luke Skywalker. And that was a cool moment. Who would have thought that Luke Skywalker would show up in a show? Of all the cameos to do, I was surprised. And that was actually Mark Hamill, too. I wouldn't have expected it. Of all cameo slop, I'll accept it. Grenades. I suck. I suck at not dying to grenades. Didn't have to be Ahsoka. It didn't have to be, but why not, right? Who else would it have been, honestly? What other Jedi? Kyle Katarn? There could have been a lot of Jedi. True. But, like, who else that was this canon and established, you know? Somehow Vader returned. Kyle, total Stormtrooper death, Katarn. That or Cal Kestis, I guess, since he's actually canon. But, like, that would be a lot more research to do. They could have done somebody new, a new Jedi, but then they would have gotten Glup Shido critique, because who is this Glup Shido Jedi I've never heard of? Who is this Glup Shido Jedi who showed up for 5 seconds and then left? You know, it's a kind. I don't know how they could have won. Ram Koda? Nah, Ram Koda's cooked. They made him Caden, or whatever the guy's name was from Rebels. And they made Ezra Starkiller. Ezra, sorry. Kyle's one contribution to Disney Star Wars is dying to Kylo Ren. Really? He was canon, and he died to Kylo Ren? That sucks. I hate that. Caden Alenko. No, no, no. Kanan. Kanan. Alternative to having Luke's order be his dad's old student, old man who ran off halfway through in his nephew. You should see Revan in canon. Wevan with a W. Because he never lost. Ever. Just don't read those books or look at SWTOR. If he's canon, then Rogue One isn't. I like Rogue One. I also like the Bothans. Many died to get the Star Wars Death Star plans. I'll have you know. Ezra coming back was painful. At least he wasn't an annoying brat anymore. I'm really interested in this new galaxy because conceptually, intergalactic travel is just something that's not done in Star Wars. I know they're probably building up the Yuzon Vong, or hell, maybe the Rakata. But, at the same time, where's this going? Is this going to be a new trilogy, or what? And let's be honest, even if this is a new trilogy, wouldn't we be better served by new characters? Not characters that have been picked, cherry-picked from all these different accessory medias that main audiences have no idea exist. Manny Bothans, he was a great agent. Yuzon Vong were traumatized by a children's cartoons robots. Wasn't Kamino in a detached galaxy already? No, Kamino's in the galaxy. I'm pretty sure. Looking it up right now. Camino Galaxy map. Also, I opened that door. Nice. I'm looking it up right now. They have it on the Star Wars website. StarWars.com. Star Wars website. Galaxy map. Does this have image search? No. Hold on a minute. You know what? You know, we're doing this together. As soon as I kill these guys. We're looking for Camino on the map. Kylo Ren was alright. No, I don't like him. Kylo Katarn. We're looking at StarWars.com. Galaxy. Oopsie poopsie. Sorry. I didn't know that happened. I don't know why that happened. I must have pressed the bind on accident. I was talking that entire time. I don't know where it is. I don't see it. I was looking outside at the edges because someone said it was on the edges, not in the galaxy, but I don't see anything on the edges. I did try Control F. It's in the Rishi maze. It's a satellite galaxy. Rishi. Rishi. I tried Control F. I don't think anything works with this. Let's try. Oh wow, they got sheets out here. They got sheets. Let's go up here. Camino Saber Dart. It's not here. Alright, come on now. Lonely world beyond the outer rim, just out of the Rishi maze. Where the hell is the Rishi maze then? Where's Rishi? Deleted from the maps. Lost a planet Legend Monkey has. How embarrassing. It says Camino is in wild space. They don't have wild space. They've got unknown regions. Guys, I'm literally Obi-Wan maxing right now. This is glorp shit. I could have swore one of the games I played in the past, a Star Wars game, had Camino on Galaxy map on accident, probably. I don't know what game it was. Maybe it was a KOTOR mod, but I doubt that. I could have swore it was in the Galaxy, but it looks like it's not. Sigh. Maybe it was even a Clone Wars episode. Because, you know, the CIS found Camino. They got there. Had an attack on it. Republic Commando, Battlefront. It was probably Battlefront 1 or 2. Battlefront 1 Camino map. I mean, I could download it. I could download it. We could see it firsthand. Where I got the idea from. I don't know about Republic Commando. I don't know if they have a map zooming map section of that one. To hell with canon. We'll just say what's cool is real. Force Unleashed 2. I don't think they had a map thing with Force Unleashed 2 either. The CIS found it through the Rishi moon. We go beyond the Star Wars galaxy and end up in Mass Effect. Geth versus Battle Droids would be funny. The Geth win that easy. Battle Droids aren't not that strong. Hmm. We'll see, we'll see. There's a Galactic Conquest map on BF2. That too, yeah. That as well. I remember Galactic Conquest and being able to travel to Camino. Then again, I bet a lot of planets on that map weren't accurately placed either. It was definitely one of the Battlefront classics, if not both of them, that messed me up. But we've established that I'm stupid, so it's not that big of a surprise. Not big surprise. Empire War and Battlefront 2 both have galactic maps that include Camino. I want to specifically look at BF1s, though, for the fun of it. Because I've already sunk like 5 minutes into downloading. BF2 Remake had a Camino map. No idea about a Galaxy map. Also, funny thing about Battlefront 1 and 2 Camino, classic BF1 and 2, they didn't change the map between games. It was just too perfect already. They barely changed it if they did change it. Bro ain't stupid, just built in an unorthodox fashion. No, no, we're not streaming Battlefront. We're just checking our work here. Let's take a look here. We're gonna go to Camino. Doesn't matter where. It is on the. It's on the edge. So okay, this map it's on the edge. Still, it's kind of close by. Also, it shows Camino having continents. That's kind of wild. Pew pew. Watch those wrist rockets. Hee. So that map is probably pretty accurate for an early map, despite the continents on Camino. And then there's... Well, the Galactic Conquest in this game is very bare bones. Yeah, this is not galaxy shaped. But you get it. Yeah, you get it. What are these extra galactic maps? Weird. I've never seen those. I don't remember them. Battlefront 1 was more of a board than a map. Kind of. But it was good. It looked good. For whatever reason, it's not on the official website. It looks to be near Scare/Rishi. We're going on the Camino de Santiago. I just realized YouTube doesn't show how long a stream has been going. It'll show in a minute. But, yeah. It's probably Battlefront 2 Classic that messed me up there. Anyway, big deal. Big whoop. Thank you all for watching the KOTOR stream today. Hope to see you all on Thursday, 7:30 p.m. EST, as we continue our Constitution run on the Wookiee character in KOTOR. I'm so glad Legend Monkey streams are great at sticking to the point. Aren't I consistent? Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you Thursday. Rest well. Later, fellas.